State regime media, which calls itself Fox News, is in panic mode as Donald Trump's term is rapidly collapsing and Donald Trump's approvals hit all-time lows. On state regime media, they brought in Trump's chief propagandist, Caroline Levitt, who said that right now, Democrats like New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani are leading full-blown communist revolutions in the United States and on Capitol Hill. Here, play this clip.
This is a full-blown communist revolution that is taking over Capitol Hill right here in Washington, D.C., just a few steps away from where we are sitting right now. The inmates are running the asylum.
Then state regime media brought in Newt Gingrich, and he said, you know, the problem with these democratic socialists is that socialism takes the power from you, and all they care about is their rich and powerful friends, the guys with the connections. Literally, that is you, the right-wing oligarchy. This is how much they are panicking, that they are literally projecting their right-wing oligarchy on Democrats who are trying to fight for the people. Here, play this clip.
Does Mamdani think that Madison Square Garden should be at 78 degrees during the wedding this weekend? Now, I guarantee you, think about it. Do you think Taylor's going to want to stand there sweating? And
no, nor should she.
But here's the big lesson. Socialism takes power from you. They take care of the powerful. They take care of the guys with connections. And they rip off the rest.
Then Jesse Waters, speaking to Caroline Levitt, start to say, you know, all of these, young people these days, they've never had real jobs. And so they're out there whining about affordability because they're just lazy. And then Caroline Levitt's like, yeah, the people my generation who are whining about affordability, they don't know what a real job is. They're lazy. They're commies. Here, play this clip.
Some of these kids, and I call them kids because they're in their 20s, and they've never had real jobs, and they're complaining things are expensive. Yes, things are expensive when you don't have a real job.
That's right.
Do you think that's getting traction, complaining?
Unfortunately, I do, because this generation, my generation, I hate to say it, Gen Z and those younger than me have been raised with just silver spoons in their mouths, just getting everything handed to them. That's not the values this country was built on. It was built on meritocracy and hard work, pulling up your sleeves, pulling yourself up from your bootstraps, and achieving the American dream. And we need to protect it with all we got.
Is it laziness?
A little bit.
Is it because the professors said country's corrupt, it's evil, and we just need to shake them down and hand money out?
It's laziness, and it's the liberal indoctrination. You bring up a great point about our education system. However, I will say a silver lining, so many parents that I talk to across the country are homeschooling, are turning to private education, are turning towards Christian schools across the country because they don't want their children being taught these communist and liberal ideas.
Then they bring in Monica Crowley, who for some reason is an ambassador within the United States government. And she's out there saying the flyovers that we're going to have here starting tomorrow, it's going to be incredible. I mean, there's literally going to be more planes flying over Washington, D.C. than I think we're in, we're in war at this point. And just watch this propaganda fest right here. It is so utterly pathetic. Here, play this clip.
We are going to lay the groundwork July 3rd for July 4th, and we are going to have an incredible salute to America starting in the evening right here on the National Mall. And it is going to have flyovers all day long. So come out to the Great American State Fair, spend the day here with your friends and family. You will see flyovers. By the way, the Air Force was rehearsing some of the flyovers today.
I heard that.
I immediately ducked like this.
I felt like the gay Ayatollah. I was, what are they doing?
I wasn't quite prepared for it. Be prepared for it. You are going to see an air show like never before. And then we're going to tell the story of America starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time right here on the mall with a multi-hour narrative. The graphics are beautiful. You're going to see many prominent Americans telling their story.
Then Jesse Waters and Jeanine Pirro. Speaking about being pathetic, Jesse Waters like, so why do all of these radical communist vandals that we've made up, why do they keep attacking the reflecting pool? And she's like, because they hate the country. They hate the country, and that's why they're they just made up a whole thing. that there are all of these people tearing up the reflecting pool because it was infested with algae and it looks absolutely grotesque, and Donald Trump has turned DC into a junkyard. These people are quite literally insane. Here, play this clip.
Why do you think that's taken hold, where they want to destroy these big, beautiful monuments? They want to deface the reflecting pool and topple Columbus?
Well, I think that people, they resent this country. They don't respect the country. We celebrate the country and the freedoms. They hate it. They hate the leader right now, and they are exercising, as far as I'm concerned, political violence. This is not about free speech. This is not anything that is justified, and we've got to make sure they understand they're going to be made accountable. And in D.C., they will be.
I'm sure they will be, Judge. Have you seen these communists?
And then in order to gin up fake outrage, Laura Ingraham started to talk about how this guy in the Pennsylvania Representatives, in the House of Representatives, he wore this ridiculous American flag looking suit thing. And he was told, like, dude, why are you dressed up like that? You look kind of weird. And he's like, that's my patriotism. How dare, don't tread on me. If I want to look like a complete idiot, look at me. I mean, what are you looking at? By the way, it's a violation of the flag code, by the way, to drape yourself in the flag on your clothing like that. But just weird. It's performative. It's stupid. They're all these people are such a bunch of freaking losers. Here, play this clip.
State Representative Eric Davanzo joins us now to explain how this all went down. Representative, House leaders ruled your jacket, I'm so glad you're wearing it, as inappropriate. Okay, what exactly was inappropriate about that jacket?
Yeah, hey Laura, thank you for having me on here tonight. And I have it from the House rules right here, and it says, consistent with the dignity of the institution, appropriate attire means professional business clothes, no sportswear for men. This includes a coat and tie. This is professional. We have members of the Democrat Party who wear a top hat on the House floor. Okay, they wear Nike sneakers on the House floor. So if we're going to have decorum, if I'm going to be held to a level, then let's do it across the board here. Let's not pick winners and losers anymore.
Then you can tell that state regime media is really terrified of Democratic Congress member Ro Khanna, who I guess they think is leading the communist revolution against them that's taking place right now. I mean, Congress member Ro Khanna has been going on Fox and just schooling these Fox hosts to their face. So Jesse Waters, who's so weak and pathetic and is too afraid to have Ro Khanna on, he goes, there's Roe. He married an heiress. I don't like men who marry heiresses. Here, play this clip.
And then there's Roe, who married an heiress. That is weak. There's something very effeminate about a man who lives high on the hog off of another man's money. I don't like that. You should make your own money. Now, his father-in-law made a fortune in transmission parts in the automobile industry. And if all of his commie allies had their way, he would have never made a fortune because they're trying to ban the internal combustion engine.
Then you have Laura Ingraham saying, and no flag should take precedence over the American flag. These Democrats, they're putting other flags, taking precedent over the, what do you even talk? I have no clue what fake outrage thing you're even whining about right now. Let me tell you what's going on, Laura. The American people are absolutely suffering right now. They can't afford anything at all, okay? They can't afford gas or groceries. They can't afford a home. They can't pay their rent right now. You've ripped away their health care, and now you want to gin up some fake outrage over fuming over the red, white. No. You know what? Democrats love this country. People love this country, but they hate the fact that Donald Trump and you hate this country, and you're turning it into something worse than The Handmaid's Tale. Here, let's play it.
Now, a foreign flag should never be raised over a government building, or frankly, any building in the United States. No flag should take precedence over the American flag ever. This used to be a given in the United States. But the sad thing is, it's not any longer. And certainly not among today's Democrats, who are increasingly bitter and angry.
More from Jesse Waters here, who says, and one of the things that, that these Democrats are doing, they're going to do a one-child policy next. That's how communists are. First, they recommend that you do 78-degree Fahrenheit, which is the same exact recommendation that was from the Department of Energy during heat waves, because you don't want there to be power outages, but it's recommended. Then the Trump regime deleted the Department of Energy website. By the way, it's the same standards in Texas. It's just what it is. It's the same. When it's hot, these are the standards you follow. They're like, now the Democrats and their communism, they're going to do the one-child policy. I mean, you do realize that Donald Trump is literally like attracted to Kim Jong-un in North Korea and in China to Xi Jinping. Like, you realize that Donald Trump has like a crush on Xi Jinping. Let's play it.
You know what they say, Greg? First, they tell you how cold to keep your room, and then they can tell you how much sex you can have.
I didn't see that leap.
It's a slippery slope.
Yes.
They're going to say one-child policy next. This is how communism starts. They start rationing things.
And there's more over here from Monica Crowley, and she's like, and one of the things that the left fears, they fear patriotism. They don't understand how to love this country. Really, I mean, it's patriotism to take Qatari jets and replace Air Force One with quid pro quo gifts from Middle East countries. Is that that's America first right there? It's America first to be dragged into catastrophic and unlawful wars with Netanyahu and say, I'm the president of Israel. That's America first right there. Donald Trump is America last. He hates this country. It's so obvious. Anyway, play this clip.
The left fears a lot of things. They fear Donald Trump succeeding and making America great again. They fear a great economy. But most of all, I would say, Jesse, that they fear rising American patriotism because they have no answer for it. And because it's emotional, they can debate policies all they want. But the love of country that the American people feel and that they're demonstrating every day through these sporting events and here on the Great American State Fair, the FIFA Fan Zone, they're all coming out for our big 250th birthday on July 4th. There's no answer for that.
More from Janine Pirro, who says, we stop these crooks who were intent on doing terrible things, terrible vandalism. Like, you arrested a 2-time Olympic canoeist who dipped his hand in the water on the side, and you're claiming that he was grabbing with his bare hands globs of the pool coating on the body. What is the stupidest case that you possibly could bring? You're going to lose. It's embarrassing. But anyway, play this clip.
A lot of people, when this first happened with the pool, didn't believe the president that there was vandalism. That's not the case.
Yeah, it's not the case at all. In fact, I was at the reflecting pool yesterday. There not only is a vandalism that is reflected in today's indictment, but there is a cutting of the liner of the pool at the base of the pool for several yards.
And then you have the state regime media host saying, hey, Mom Donnie, show me your thermostat. And as Donald Trump is out there doing $2 billion crypto schemes that we know about, while he caused $4 billion in losses for people who invested in these stupid meme coins and crypto across 1 million crypto wallets. You're like, Mom Donnie's the biggest threat to the country because he did rent stabilization for 2 years, and now he's suggesting that you put the temperature to 78 degrees Fahrenheit so there are no massive power outages and to try to protect people from dying. It's just the fake outrage. These are all just such a bunch of losers. Here, play this clip.
Actually, Kennedy, with Spencer Pratt's tweet where he said, show us your thermostat, Commie.
Exactly.
And that's what we all want to see. Show us the proof, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead and show me what your thermostat is, Mayor Mom Donnie, in your house. Because I figured, oftentimes when I text, I've got hot dog fingers. I'm always a digit off. So when he put out 78, I assumed he meant 68. So that's what I did. In our apartment, it's 68 degrees. It's very comfortable.
Dakota, the vulnerable populations are the elderly here and the underserved that he likes to talk about and help amplify. So this kind of directive from him is only hurting them.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is what New York voted for, right? They wanted, they voted in a mayor that his solution to a heat wave is to turn up your thermostats. I mean, it's absolutely absurd.
And then finally, you had Brooke Rollins, the agriculture secretary, go on state regime media. And then she was all like, 150,000 people are showing up to the state fair every day. Things are amazing over it. Things are great. We've met expectations. Don't you see how many people are here? No, there's not that many people. It was a bad event. It's horrible. Nobody's attending. Now you're going to do these flyovers to try to make a spectacle of it, spending our taxpayer dollars with some vanity flyover thing, which sounds incredibly dangerous. And then you have these firework display that, as far as all the reporting goes, is going to put all of this toxic substances in the air. It's as Aaron Parnas says, a bulletin is warning Northern Virginia residents that Trump's firework display has the potential for causing worse air quality than severe wildfires. The bulletin urges volunteers on the National Mall to wear N95 masks and warns of serious health risks to people. But go ahead, Brooke Rollins. Tell us how amazing this all is. Here, let's play it.
Here at the Great American State Fair, and I caught up with organizers and I asked them about how they're pushing back on the narrative about the turnout of this event. Here's the Agriculture Secretary, Brooke Rollins.
So from my perspective, it is hitting exactly every mark that we had hoped it would hit at this point. I do think this weekend we're going to see massive, massive crowds. But, my goal is that people can come and walk and experience it. And 150,000 people coming to celebrate the Great American State Fair over the last 5 or 6 days.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. And thanks for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.